guys, welcome to your phonics lesson for today. So this week we have been reviewing the different parts of speech. There are 8. We are only looking at 4 this week. We already did nouns on Monday, and we did adjectives on Tuesday, and we did verbs on Wednesday. So now we are going to be looking at adverbs. And because your assignment today compares adverbs and adjectives, we're going to go over both of them very quickly today. Now, the thing to know with adverbs is that they act like an adjective does, but they describe a verb. So that's the difference with them. So an adverb describes a verb in 4 different categories. So it will describe a verb in how often, when, and where. So these are the different ways that an adverb can be used to describe a verb. Okay, let's look at the how list first. So with the how list, one thing you'll notice, and the easiest way to identify a adverb would be to look for the ending suffix, which is ly. Again, that only counts for the how list. Okay, so how did somebody do something? Did they do it easily, loudly, happily, quickly, slowly, sadly, silently, or nicely? And there's a whole bunch of other adverbs as well. An easy way to know that something is an adverb is when it has that ly at the end. Now that's not true for every single word that has an ly at the end of it, but for a lot of them, yes, they will be adverbs. There's 3 other categories, though, for how something can be an adverb or describe a verb. The next one is how often. So how often do you sing? Do you sing always? Do you never sing? Did you sing once? Do you sing sometimes? Do you sing often? Did you sing twice in your life? Or do you sing every single day? Okay? So these are the adverbs that describe how often you do the action that you're talking about, whatever verb it might be. Then we've got another one, which is when. When do you sing? Do you sing after you go to school? Did you already sing? Do you sing before you go to school? Are you singing right now? Did you sing earlier? Have you never sang since whatever the disaster was? Are you going to sing soon? And are you going to sing today? So these all describe when you do your action, whatever your action word is. And the last one is where. Where are you doing your action? So if my verb is jump, where am I jumping? Am I jumping away from my friends? Am I jumping here? Am I jumping inside my car? Am I jumping outside? Am I jumping over there? Am I jumping near all of my friends? Or am I just jumping everywhere? Okay, and again, this is just a small sample of the amount of adverbs that there really are. But take a second, write these down in your notes because these are really going to help you, specifically knowing the how often, when, and where, and the list of the words that come with it. So that way, once you go on to your assignment for today, you understand exactly how to identify an adverb really quickly, okay? We're going to just review very quickly the difference between an adverb and an adjective, and then we're going to move on to a few sentences to practice our adverbs with. So adverbs describe verbs. They describe the action that's happening in the categories of how often, when, and where. An adjective, on the other side, describes nouns based off of the color, size, sound, shape, amount, taste, and feeling. So your assignment today is going to ask you guys to put the correct adverb or put the correct adjective. Make sure you read those directions because they tell you what they want, and if you accidentally select the adjective instead of the adverb, you're going to get it wrong if the directions asked for the other one. I hope that makes sense. Okay, we are going to move on to some sentences, practicing our adverbs. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is identify the verbs in the sentence. So let me get a marker for that. it's over here. Okay, green marker. So we're going to identify the verbs first in green, and then we will identify the adverbs in red, okay? So feel free to grab some markers and paper and write this down and follow along. So we're going to start with the verb. First sentence, my aunt visited yesterday. What's the verb? Well, we know that it's the verb because we know it's the action. What is that person doing? They are visiting. So we know that visited is the verb. Now, when did they visit? Where did they visit? How did they visit, or how often did they visit? We're looking for the adverb. My aunt visited yesterday. So yesterday is my adverb telling me when, okay? Now, I will study for the test later. What is my verb in that sentence? What am I doing? Studying. Study is my verb. Now, I need to try and figure out, does this sentence tell me how I'm studying, how often I study, when I study, or where I study? Okay? Which one does it tell us? I will study for the test later. Well, it's telling us when we are going to study. We're going to study later. So later is our adverb describing when we are going to study, okay? I ran upstairs quickly. What is the verb? What's the action that I am doing? I'm running. I ran. Now, I need to figure out if this is telling me anywhere in the sentence how I'm running, how often I'm running, when I'm running, or where I'm running, okay? Do I know how I'm running? I do. I'm running quickly. But be careful. There's a second adverb. Do I know how often I'm running? Does it tell me that I run every day? No. Do I know when I'm running? Does it tell me that I'm going to run upstairs tomorrow? No. Do I know where I'm running? Yes, it tells me I'm going to run. Remember, run is our verb. I'm running upstairs quickly. Okay? Remember, upstairs isn't really a noun because you can't touch upstairs. You can touch stairs and you can touch the floor and you can touch the second story of the floor, but this is describing where you are running, which is one of our adverb categories. Okay? So we've got just a couple more. She carefully carried the glass. I want to find the verb first. What is she doing? Well, she is carrying something. Now we need to find out, how is she carrying that thing? Does it tell us how she's carrying it? It does, and I know because it has that ly. She's carrying the glass carefully. Okay, two more. He is really tired. What is my verb? I'm going to put that one as a challenge. If you guys can message me or Miss Gomez, the verb and the adverb of this sentence, we'll give you extra credit, okay? It's a tough one. Last one, Matt is always late for school. What is the verb in this one? And what is the adverb? For this one, I'm just going to identify the adverb. Does it tell me how often, when, or where? If we look at our list, we can see which one it is. It tells how often. How often is he late? He is always late. Okay? So, I gave you guys a challenge. Hopefully you guys can get that back to us. If you do, you'll get the extra credit. Remember that an adverb describes a verb, so it describes the action that's happening. Go on to Edulastic and complete the assignment for today. Remember, it will be asking for you to identify the adverb or the adjective. So make sure you're reading the directions very carefully for each question. Okay, it should go back and forth pretty evenly. Reference this video, write these things down, ask us if you guys need any help, and good luck.